Hello and welcome to day 10 of the tournament. Today I'm up against Erafaz, who again, I've another person I've not really seen from the tournament. But here we can see right off the bat, we've got, he only has one bot running for resources, a shotgun. He's got his other three bots moving to engage. And again, I'm not really sure what criteria he's using, but you can see the assault is charging forward and all of his bots are now in the middle of this cluster, which I think might be trouble. If he wants to really fight, I might have a hard time doing anything about him, but I am up 1 point, 2 points to 1 so far. However, he's carrying a resource. I'm about to be carrying another resource. Kind of hard to say exactly who's really in the advantage here, but he has bot supremacy and combat control of the center. And that's not going to make my bots' lives any easier. Especially since he's now pressuring my shotgun. My shotgun is trying to move the resource, but unfortunately it wasn't able to get it there all the way. And because of the sniper duel out here, both snipers are providing interference. And you can see he's moving his third resource to the base. My shotgun's trying to move another one. I've got my assault going back, or moving in to grab a resource. But all of his bots are basically controlling all of my bases. And since everything is kind of in this same cluster here, I'm not entirely sure that I'm going to be able to move any of these in. His shotgun did manage to grab the resource, but I forced him to drop it. I did blow up his assault, but he is definitively winning combat here, and with that he's winning base control as well, which is pretty rough. He's now up 4-2. I think 6 is the winning number. Yeah, 6 is the winning number, and his shotgun just has to grab a few resources that are close by. It's already grabbing the 6th resource, and I'm about to blow up this shotgun, maybe? It's really close to killing this shotgun. You can see it has almost no health whatsoever. I blew up his assault again, trying to push him back, but I think it's too little too late. He grabs the 6th resource and secures the win for himself. Go ahead. GG. Next up we have Domination, and you can see here this is a 5-point domination map and fairly spread out. My bots generally do well in larger base count environments, and you can see instead of having the 2 machine guns and 2 shotguns, he has 2 assaults, 1 machine gun and 1 shotgun. That's going to give me, I think, a bit more mobility since my shotguns travel together and will try to commit to various shenanigans. Meanwhile, all of his bots, you can see, are going toward one base immediately, while my bots are kind of spreading out. This was a strategy I adopted after an earlier game in which the team I was against spread out very effectively and grabbed a lot of initial bases. It didn't really grant me too much. It really only got me this middle base. The shotgun behavior was completely unchanged, but nonetheless, that is 1 extra base. He did blow up the sniper that was on the center base, but that's not the end of the world. The sniper did deal some damage. He did neutralize the top base, and he might capture it here, but he's under a lot of pressure up on the top area. And he's trying to push the middle, but between the shotguns and the snipers, I think he's going to have a hard time making any progress on the mid. And my machine guns are respawning fairly close to this top base, so they're going to be able to contest it very effectively. His snipers are doing a pretty good job of covering the top base as well, and it'd be nice if my snipers moved onto a base instead of just standing out in the open. But basically, I'm very cautious with advancing my snipers because I don't like putting them into a situation where they'll find themselves at medium range. because snipers win against every other bot at long range, but they lose against every other bot at medium. So I generally try to make sure my snipers are fighting at long range. But you can see I'm up 12 points in the first 2 minutes, and I've got significant base advantage. I've got 4 bases with a couple bots standing on bases for bonus score. So far it's looking fairly solid in my favor. It's going to make this one a series. And his bots are throwing themselves at this top base, and he's securing quite a few kills, but because this top base is so close to my respawn, he's having a hard time making any progress. He's just completely ignoring the bulk of the bases. Like this shotgun here wants to charge into the base with 2 machine guns on it instead of moving down to an undefended base. And that's working out fairly well for me. And even though he's contesting it, he's not able to neutralize it at all, mostly because of the snipers I have their behavior very cautious, but my machine guns will absolutely just march directly into the face of an enemy if doing so puts them on a base. They are very, very interested in being on a base at all times. And I'm not sure, it almost feels like his snipers are prioritizing mine for the most part. You can see his snipers will often target my snipers even when other things are in the area. Although it could be a few other things. He could just be targeting based on shields, which is a thing that I use in a lot of modes, but in domination I generally prefer to target the closest because I need to inflict harm on whatever is trying to capture the base. And since I'm usually on a base, whatever's closest is the closest enemy to the base. Gotta give credit to his snipers though. They have been putting in work this entire match. As you see the 2 of them just light up a shotgun. And they'll kill that one too, yep. Double sniper is pretty lethal, and especially in my experience, lower level players are very, very not adept at dealing with double snipers. Even I struggle with it outside of elimination, but my elimination AI is much better at adapting to it. Again, because snipers fight with no issues at long range. But here you can see he's actually finally contested the middle. He captured that, and he is moving his bots around to take more points. I'm not sure what changed in his AI, but he's only got 10 seconds left and way too many points to come back from. And you can see my bots are also more than willing to mess around and neutralize other points, so I will take domination. And last up we have elimination. You can see he's 1000 rated in elimination, but right off the bat you can tell he does have AI, so it just means that he hasn't played any ranked matches with this AI. But he's doing something weird here in my opinion. He's got his assault kind of moving back and forth trying to rally, and I generally push people away from rallying behavior because it can work if you do it well, but if for whatever reason it isn't very well executed, you'd see the behavior you saw with his assault where it just walked back and forth. But with the top side of his map cleared up, he basically has until my bots get to his larger side before I press this numerical advantage. And since I've still got a fair amount of space between myself and the wall, you can see his bots are now trying to retreat, but I think this is going to be too much pressure from the side. As his machine gun goes down, and then his last sniper is receiving a lot of pressure, and this assault I don't think is long for the world either. Nope, And that low. And now it's just one sniper, one machine gun. And there goes the sniper, and here goes the machine gun. And so that's the series, 2-1 in my favor. Good games, Erafaz, and thank you for watching. Have a good one.